race on Vic Health Cup Day is the Underwood Stakes. This year, by way of experiment, the Victoria Amateur Turf Club reduced the race from 2,000 to 1,800 metres. Whatever the distance, the race was to prove a major guide for big races later in the season.
They've gone past the 800-metre mark. Runyon about a half to three-quarters in front of State Tars second. Paris Lane 2 lengths back third on the inside of Mahogany. There's been little or no change in the order. Back behind those, Jeune starting his run at the 600-metre mark, coming into it 3 wide now. Then our Pompeii, Seattle 2 lengths to Darks are the Phantom Chance, Young Pirate. At the turn now, Runyon tackled by State Tars, Mahogany just behind them. So too Paris Lane coming into it, and then Jeune. State Tars turned in front of Runyon. Mahogany coming at them quickly. Paris Lane pocketed. Jeune on the outside at State Tars, grabbed by now Mahogany. Jeune in turn over the top, and then Paris Lane. Mahogany under the whip, tackled by Jeune in the last 100. Jeune and Mahogany fighting it out neck and neck from Paris Lane. Jeune grabbed the lead. Paris Lane after Jeune, but Jeune will win it. Jeune first, Paris Lane second, Mahogany a weakening third. Mahogany a weakening third.
A Caulfield Cup start might now be cancelled. The Cox Plate, Melbourne Cup and Japan Cup, the aims for this impressive import. Jeune very exciting at 7-2. Paris Lane was certainly unlucky, and a cloud now.
Rating and Paris Lane are the equal favourites. It's David Hayes and Lee Freedman, and Vintage Crop is the third favourite on the second line. So we've got the men in here.
30 for the win. Jeune $20.20, Our Pompeii $20.60, Air Seattle $46.60, Paris Lane $7. Here, number 9 Impala $47.60, 10 top rating at $9.20, double take $80. Line is on in the Cup. And they're off and racing in the Foster's Melbourne Cup 1994 to an electrifying roar. One of the first horses out was Quick Ransom. Down into the inside was Sweet Glory ridden forward. Our Pompeii Gossips. Hear that bell up there early, and so too is Oppressor. They were followed by Umpala, wide out with Gold Sovereign, Pindy behind those, and then came Elko, followed by Coachwood, Vintage Crop. Then Jeune down on the inside, followed by Top Rating next towards the inside. Then came Paris Lane, double take, wide out on the track. Toll Bell behind it, and they were followed by well back in the field when they settled Major Decision. Glastonbury goes back to second last, and Clifton Gale was last of all. Running down the straight the first time in the Foster's Melbourne Cup, and Gold Sovereign in front. Leads a length and a half, Sweet Glory. Oppressor third, and Alcove edging close to the outside, then River Verdon followed by Quick Ransom. Toll Bell next, and then Our Pompeii and Pindy. Out 4 wide was Double Take, trying to improve its position. Then Gossips racing on the inside of Jeune. Coachwood 3 deep, and then Hear That Bell, Grass Valley the rail. All in the field of 24 as they go to the 1,400-metre point. Gold Sovereign in front, leads by 2 lengths now. Oppressor in second placing. Toll Bell edging closer third. Alcove has had a beautiful position fourth. Around the outside was Double Take, and then River Verdon. Sweet Glory next. Gossips has been ridden a treat by Darren Beedman. Then came Top Rating. Jeune was next. Quick Ransom behind them from Hear That Bell. Vintage Crop around the outside, followed by Starstruck as they start to bunch up. Umpala, Air Seattle back behind those. Clifton Gale still back of the tail with Major Decision and Glastonbury. Bunching right up with about 800 metres left to go in the Melbourne Cup. Toll Bell went up on the outside of Gold Sovereign to take the lead. Double Take was third around the outside, making up good ground. River Verdon, Air Seattle runs into it. Major Decision around the outside, followed by Jeune. Coachwood's in need of a run as Gold Sovereign drops out of it. Oppressor just behind them. Paris Lane, Glastonbury taken to the outside. Around the turn, many chances in the Foster's Melbourne Cup, and Oppressor is going to lead into the straight. Oppressor from Double Take. Jeune has got a dream run through in the middle. Hear That Bell running on, and here's Paris Lane and Impala. Alcove comes into it, down to the 300. Jeune skipped a length and a half in front of Paris Lane. Impala battling on, and then came Alcove. Jeune 2.5 in front. Impala running on hard the outside. Jeune's in front though, they're not going to get to him, and Jeune has won the Melbourne Cup. Jeune a length and a half, and how easy for him. Paris Lane has run second, Umpala third, then Double Take.
Side, Coachwood with its run, and River Verdon coming too. Back behind those horses, Jeune and Hear That Bell. Paris Lane staking a claim wide out around the home turn. Glastonbury very deep. When they enter the straight, Quick Ransom had got shuffled out. Cleveland Gale is well back. Vintage Cropper starting his run. Round the turn, Oppressor the leader. Coming after it, Double Take. Jeune near the inside. Wide out Elcove, and here comes Paris Lane. Paris Lane with his runners starting to mow them down, and so is Umpala. Umpala with a run, but Jeune Jeune hit the front. Jeune out by 2 lengths to Paris Lane. Alcove double take on Impala. Jeune the leader though. Jeune in front of Paris Lane. He's got a 2-length break. Impala the outside. It's Jeune still in front. He's 2 lengths clear. He's holding them. And Jeune's going to win the Melbourne Cup by 2 lengths to Paris Lane. Impala a half ahead away third. Then double.
As the Melbourne Cup winner returns. And let's have a listen to the ovation he receives. To the most prized place in Australian racing.
And will only be going to Japan if something goes amiss with Reading and Rough Habit. If not, it's the Paddock and then the Tancred Stakes and the Australian Cup in the autumn. Jeune.
Field contesting today's CF4 Stakes. One of the best I've seen in the history of the race. For the CF4. Line good. They're off. And Hurricane Sky jumped well, and Jeune missed the start by a length, and was our Pompeii coming down the side. Blue Boss in charge of the 1,000, led by over a length the Hurricane Sky over on the outside of Scalacci, close up, and back behind them over on the outside, Primacy there, followed by Spanish Mix and Belzever racing 3 deeper. Never under charge, going up along the inside, a length and a half further back, Paris Lane, followed by Jeune, Oppressor, Innocent King, and our Pompeii is last of all. Coming up to the 600-metre mark, and Blue Boss travelling along nicely in the leader, led over a length the Hurricane Sky, being followed by Primacy. Scalacci's getting a lovely run on the inside, just behind them Belzever. They're followed by Never Under Charge, Paris Lane, back behind them Jeune as they straighten up. 400 to go. The leader is Blue Boss. On the outside, Hurricane Sky, and Scalacci getting in the clear. Is starting to run home very well as they come down to the 200. Hurricane Sky is coming at Blue Boss, and Scalacci got chopped off at that point, and Never Under Charge. And Jeune down the outside is going to beat them all. It's swapping them. Jeune hit the front. Jeune has raced away to a convincing win. The Melbourne Cup winner of last year wins the CF4 brilliantly. Jeune is first, Hurricane Sky or Scalacci in a photo for second and third, followed by Blue Boss. Back behind Blue Boss, back behind them Never Under Charge, Paris Lane, Innocent King, Belzever.
Jeune this afternoon smashed the track record in winning the CF4 Stakes at Sandown. Here's 3UZ's Brian Martin.
Jeune pulled to the centre of the track outside in Paris Lane. Scalacci trying to get out. It's Hurricane Sky going up quickly now to Blue Boss, then further out on the track. Here he comes, Jeune. Jeune with a mighty run now, races up to Hurricane Sky. He ducked in, Jeune took the lead from Hurricane Sky. Scalacci gets out late, but it's Jeune. Jeune does it italic and races away. Jeune wins it by 3 lengths.
Ridden's track reappearance brought forward because of outstanding track work, and he brought it with him to the races.
Hurricane Sky racing up to Blue Boss. Scalacci chopped out of it, then Never Under Charge. Here's Jeune. Here's Jeune descending on them very quickly. The Cup winner raced to the front in the last 100, racing away from Hurricane Sky. Then came Scalacci, but it's all Jeune. And Jeune returns to the track brilliantly.
A course record winning return by Jeune, joining Comic Court, At Tallack and Let's Elope, who'd won the Melbourne Cup and then the Ore Stakes.
He showed again, I think, to see performances like that occasionally, and that was one of those extra special performances.
Jeune may not start again until the Australian Cup. Scalacci was a shade on.
He makes the others look like little leaguers. I've not seen a horse really, Max, go past top-class gallopers so quickly. Look at those giant strides. He runs the last 200 metres in 10.6 seconds.
Yeah, oh no, that is an outstanding performance, and I think we should pay.
We must also acknowledge a masterly piece of training here by David Hayes. Jeune had won the Melbourne Cup in the first week of November and then flown to Tokyo for the Japan Cup, in which he was most unlucky. The horse then had to go through all the usual quarantine procedures to return to Australia. Yet he had the audacity to crush a top field first up at the unsuitable distance of 1,400 metres. Melbourne Cup hero Jeune had been the centre of some unfortunate press following a sequence of 4 successive second placings at Group 1 level. The less experienced observers cruelly branded the stallion as ungenuine, when the truth was that this imported horse had simply been feeling the hard autumn tracks. Given the gift of rain in the week leading up to the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, we waited for the real Jeune to stand up and be counted.
It has come in from $21 to $17. Jeune out to 2 to 1, still favourite, or as I speak, I notice he's back into $2.90. They can't make up their mind, these punters. Pharaoh is out to $15, All Our Mob at $13. Telesto TAB number 6 is out of .4. Dane Wynn showing at $4.50, and he might firm a fraction.
Cathay Pacific Queen Elizabeth. They steady down. Off and running now. Pretty good start with All Our Mob first, keeping in touch. Past the 1,200 mark, Durbridge the leader by a little more than a length to Lamour. 3/4 to Dane Wynn on the outside in a good spot now. All Our Mob is 4th on the fence, followed by Pharaoh. Then Mapley Star, further back Skywatch, March Hare midfield. from Rough Habit, Calm Harbour, Jeune. 2 lengths away, Voting, joined on the outside by Salcantay, and 2.5 to Telesto as they come to the crossing. Durbridge the leader. Lamour got to second. Third, Dane Win on the outside of All Our Mob, followed by Pharaoh. 3 deep, Mapperly Star on the fence. Sky Watch being pushed along, followed by March Hare, who's about 7 off the lead. Further back, Rough Habit, Jeune on the fence. A gap to Salcantay, Voting and Telesto, and something's gone amiss with Calm Harbour. He's dropped out a distant last. Into the straight in the Queen Elizabeth. Durbridge the leader. Straight in the Queen Elizabeth. Durbridge the leader over Lamour. In third place, Dane Win, who gets his chance, followed by All Our Mob. Then Sky Watch, Pharaoh, Mapperly Star, and March Hare to the extreme outside as they come over the rise. Durbridge still in front at the 200. Dane Win is about to go after him. All Our Mob on the inside is running a hell of a race, and here's Jeune coming out of the pack now. Past the 150 mark. All Our Mob tackled by Dane Win and Jeune. Jeune headed Dane Win close to home. Jeune drawing away. Oh, he's a better horse at Randwick. Look at him go now. Jeune draws away to beat Dane Win. March Hare third. Followed by All Our Mob, who ran a good race, and then Sky Watch from Mapperly Star, Voting. Further back, Rough Track had that sting out of it, and Jeune is a damn good horse, but he's not a great horse. He can't make his own circumstances. If you get the race run to his liking, he will win, and it certainly was run to his liking yesterday.
Max, if he's not great, he's certainly the best around. He's had 11 runs at Group 1 level for 4 wins, 6 seconds, and the Cox Plate was his only unplaced run. He definitely clinched the Horse of the Year title yesterday.
Yes, I can't argue with that, Keith. Here is Dane.
Horse of the Year. Jeune's season saw him contest 11 Group 1s for the excellent record of 4 wins and 6 seconds. And this explosive performance...
Also resuming from a lengthy spell, Freeman's Big Hope in the Craigley. Gun 5-year-old Mahogany, but it was the Gerald Ryan-trained Baryshnikov that started the favourite. Here are the closing stages, and your caller is 3UZ's Brian Martin.
Mahogany's a length and a half. Baryshnikov is under pressure. Then on the outside, Jeune with a run. Mahogany 2 in front, but here's the big one. On the outside, Jeune after him from Storm. Mahogany the leader. Jeune wearing him down. Jeune levels. Put his head in front. Jeune wins the under.
There are a few horses going around with a stride like Jeune, and the Melbourne Cup winner will now be set for the Underwood and the Weight for Age Caulfield Stakes. Jeune started at 5-2, second an outstanding effort by...
Was led out by Horses of the Year, Mahogany, first up since April, and Jeune, unlucky, first up at Sandown. But the favourite was the 4-year-old grey Baryshnikov.
Here's Baryshnikov coming with his run, and wider out is Jeune. Mahogany got the run at the 300, and Mahogany took the lead from Baryshnikov coming after him. Then Pearl Prince and Jeune's unwinding now. It's Mahogany under the whip. He's got Baryshnikov beaten. Storm along the inside, and Jeune. Mahogany in front. Jeune's coming at him. Mahogany, Jeune, Mahogany. They go to the line. Jeune.
2 great horses turning it on, and the crowd loved it. Reigning Australian champion Jeune just getting the better of 94 Horse of the Year Mahogany. It was good for racing, and the winning trainer full of Next time will be the Underwood Stakes in a fortnight on the road to the Cox Plate and Japan Cup. Lee Freedman had both second and third set for the Cox Plate and Cups.
Mahogany finishing second behind Jeune. They've had some great clashes. Jeune does seem to have the wood on him at the moment. I think he's beaten him the last 3 times.
Yeah, I think, that's fair to say. We